how much fun are you having playing voicing Raven?
I'm having a ton of fun. Teen Titans was one of those shows that when it got canceled, we were all devastated as the fans. And we've all been like praying for more just to get that. It was a really magical group, all the voice cast. That happens a lot in voiceover, but not quite to this extent, where we were just all so close and loved each other so much. So to get the opportunity to be together again has been extraordinary, and then to have Raven in these really boring situations has been fun for me, because I just kind of, whatever. Like, she's just so bored with everything. I love when the director's like, really, you're working hard today? Because her lines are just so, I mean, poor Scotty Menville's like screaming, Titans, do this! I'm like, yeah.
So it's not stress.
No.
She's a really interesting character, because she's the one who kind of wants to kill everybody's fun. So is that like, that's a big change from a lot of characters that we've played in the past, because you kind of lend yourself, going back to Powerpuff Girls, to the very, happy, fun-loving characters, and not the one that just wants everyone to leave her alone.
Yeah, I mean, Raven is certainly a departure from any character I play, but I also think Raven's a departure from any character. She's so interesting and dark, and obviously not many characters are the son of the devil or demon, and has to coexist with a bunch of other teenagers. So it's such an interesting character. So yeah, it's definitely very different than Bubbles. She's probably the opposite of Bubbles. In fact, when I first auditioned, the Starfire breakdown said she's a grown-up Bubbles. So I'm like, oh, I'll probably book that one, because I am a grown-up Bubbles.
Literally.
Yeah.
The rest of the cast had to kind of like get up to like Greg's level though in this iteration of Teen Titans. And I know you guys all record together. How was the dynamic for this season's been? Like, was it changed? Was it more livelier? Was there?
Yeah, I mean, we all make out a lot more.
Yeah.
If you follow me on Twitter, we have this thing called Fondle Friday, where we all just kind of hug and kiss each other. I can't tell you like how much I love this. We all just love each other, and there's such a mutual respect for everyone. And everyone on the cast is so perfect for their roles. Like, just
University of Teen Titans.
There you go.
we could probably all play each other on camera. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's just, we all really love each other. It's not fake. I think that's why it's translating into so much fun, because we really are having that much fun.
How often do you have to go in and record?
We record the Titans show every Friday morning.
And how long's the session?
Typically a voiceover session is booked for 4 hours, and then depending on how many lines you have, how many scripts to get through, we're usually there like 9 to 12 or 9 to 11:30, and sometimes if we have pickups from a previous show, it'll go the full time, but typically we get out of the night.
And how rare is it to have everyone together on this?
We usually are all together.
But in a show...
Oh, I see what you're saying. It depends. Like Fairly Odd Parents, we're always together. Powerpuff Girls, we're always together. And then there are some shows that tape separately. Drawn Together, we had table reads, and then we taped separately. Some of the primetime stuff, usually primetime we tape separately. Family Guy, always alone.
And what does it add, do you think, having everyone together?
It depends. Like, if you're doing a show that needs to be dubbed, like if it's coming from Asia or India or whatever it's from and you're watching, it makes a lot more sense to be alone, because it takes a long time and it's more tedious if you're bringing out this acting with a character that already exists in another language and you want to make sure it's really good. So to sit around and wait for everybody to do that, it would be not smart time-wise. So when you're doing that, it doesn't make sense. Or when you're doing a video game, it doesn't make sense, because you could have like 10,000 lines. So, but for animation, I think it's nice. I think it's nice to play off each other, and we all love each other, like, sincerely, as opposed to the sort of cattiness of the on-camera world. All the voiceover people are the most amazing, loving, fun people. So we like to work together, and then we can play off each other.
And are you allowed to go off script at all?
A little bit, depending on the show. Yeah.
For this?
Yes, but he's the one that goes off the most, Mr. Sipes. He'll just say the weirdest things, and we're like, okay, that kind of works, or you can't say that word on TV. It'll be one or the other.
One of kind of my favorite episodes so far has been the sort of sitcom-y Trigon episode where he comes in with the squaring around.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in terms of this is a lot more concentrated, a lot more heightened version of the other shows. So like, what was the kind of the adjustment of making this more of a comedy, a straight comedy, and adjusting things?
I mean, initially I was nervous about it because I know how voracious the fans were for more, as was I. But it's just so good and it's so funny that you have to like it even if you don't want to like it. And for me, performance-wise, I'm not changing anything I'm doing except that Raven's really annoying. It's actually easier to do the voice that way because when you have to project, it's harder to get that little going. So I'm just really bored.
What sort of fan reaction do you get? Do people know you as the voice?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty funny. My husband posted a picture on Facebook of the big Raven balloon and said, "My wife is huge" at Comic-Con. So in these scenarios, people know us a lot. It's fun for my kids. They're with me this time to go for a walk and hear people go, "That's Tara Strong." And they're like, "It's my mom." It's actually really nice, I have to say, because a lot of us have been in the business a long time, and to have, I think because of Twitter and Facebook and just the internet alone, having people being able to search who their favorite voice actors are, it's just nice to know that they're appreciating what we do and they love what we do, and I think my predecessors didn't have that, so it's kind of nice for the voiceover celebrities to have the internet.
Yeah, I think it's good because in the past, as soon as you left the convention, no one knew who you were.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or is that a double-edged sword now?
In my regular life, I get recognized here and there, but nowhere near as much as in the vicinity of a convention. That's like I can't go anywhere. It's so funny, but part of that's fun. When I see what it's like to have that in these scenarios, and then go back to my own life where I can like relax and it's okay if I don't have makeup at the grocery store. You actually feel bad for celebrities who are constantly hounded because there are those moments where you just want to be with your family or not care what you look like, and they don't have any breaks. So, and I've got the best life, probably.
You've been in the industry for such a long time, where and you have a lot of new voice actors from regular, in front of the camera. What's like the biggest misconception that maybe somebody who wants to get the people sometimes might think that it's easy to do voice acting?
I think that's the biggest misconception, or that people come to me and say, everyone's told me I should do the voiceover, and I'm like, I'm sorry, it's not about having a crazy voice, because typically they're going to want someone that's versatile. They can pay a voice actor for up to 3 roles for one scale rate. So why would they hire 3 different actors if they can have someone do, hey, throw in a cheerleader, throw in a little boy, whatever you can do. Typically the people that work all the time are very versatile. And the other misconception is, it's easy, you just read. If we just read, you would be able to tell. There'd be no fans. And we, as the voice actors, really visualize all the moments that we're reading and try to bring them to life with our voices. So I think that when people just think, I can do that, or an on-camera celebrity who's never done it comes in the room, it's interesting to see how intimidated they are when they see like a Frank Welker or Maurice LaMarche or someone else. They're like, because a lot of us came from on camera and do both, but for those of us who haven't done both, it can be really daunting. It's harder than it looks, and I actually think you either have it or you don't. Like, I think it's a mistake to say to everyone, try it, come on, get in. I see the same people everywhere I go, and it's not an open arms business. It's not like everyone can try. If that's what you really must do with your life, and you really are gifted and you're a good actor and you're versatile and you've got a good ear, then go for it. But only if that's really your passion. It's not like people go, I'd like to try that here and there. You can't do that. Maybe commercially, but not for animation.
Which of the episodes is your favourite?
Oh gosh, it's probably coming up. Raven gets to sing. Spoiler!
And how much fun was that too?
It was insanely fun. I had a recording session with Hinden, and the two of us were like crying. We were laughing so hard. It's really fun.
Was it hard to do that?
To sing as Raven? No, it made us laugh because we sort of, in the session, ran the gamut of, this is how she sings, to full-on pop star. We went the whole way, and I don't know what they ended up picking, but it was really fun. It was fun.